we don't have a tuned sense to that because we're not trained to look for it. We don't want to look for it in ourselves. So why the hell would we see when another guy's struggling when we're supposed to, like, we're being trained to see guys who are emotional and, like, say the guy who was crying in gym class, well, now you go after that guy because it was weakness, right? Like, that's the bad side of where I think emotional conversations can go, because coaches who talk about emotions, they have to have done the work themselves. They can't, you can't be a person who hasn't sat in the depths of you and then start teaching about, oh, and you just need to regulate your nervous system. I think the whole way that emotional intelligent coaching works is if it's authentic. It cannot be anything but authentic. And it doesn't mean that you're not an emotional person if you're, like, not good at it first. It's that you just have to tap into that in yourself, and you'll be very clear on it. You'll be like, oh yeah, that kid, I did read something was off with that kid. Like, because I was very clear in myself. But I even told the boys there was many times this season where I'd say, like, I'm off today, meaning, like, here's what is going on within me. I am frustrated about 1,000 things, but here's what happens when I get frustrated, or here's what happens. And when I say here's what happens, I have to follow it up with something that they can actually see and see that I'm accountable to them. So, like, I say, in really competitive games, guys, when we're playing, like, our rival or whatever, and I feel the boys' energy getting really tense and blah, blah. I said, as a coach, when I'm in competitive modes, my trust goes down. Like, it kind of, it dwindles, it sort of shortens. So I look down at the bench in a very tight game, and my sense is I can probably use one or two of these guys right now. And I go, that's on me. Like, I want to work on trusting more and more and more, but here's how you can help me do that. And, like, if I look down the bench and I see you're just jacking around and you're kind of, like, looking up in the stands and, messing around, you're not ready to go on this field. And so, like, if I say that to them, I don't see it ever again. Like, it's almost like I was having a conversation with them and they changed their behaviors just from the conversation, right? So and I think the fear of most coaches will be, when I say emotional intelligent coaching, which I had our whole staff go through, and they're incredible people, but they are all now believers, because it's not that we're going to talk about emotion, the big E word, every day. It's like, you do it in very human, authentic ways in your coaching. And it's not that you're not coaching your techniques and your tactics, but I think it's important that coaches realize you can coach tactics until you're blue in the face. But if you look across the kid in your locker room and their nervous system isn't regulated, it doesn't matter what they know. They will not be able to do it. It's like you put an emergency brake on in their car, and then you're telling them to go race the Indy 500. And you're like, well, you just release the emergency brake and I think they'll be able to do it. And the emergency brake is the nervous system. It's everything.